I hope you've had a good summer. This summer's been extremely difficult for me. I spent the majority of it sick, whether it's suffering from effects of the vestibular disorder, whether it's autoimmune or viruses and bacterial infections and stress. It's been a very difficult summer around here. My husband, like a lot of people in the country, had his company shut their doors. They closed down the company, so he was without a job for a while. Now he's back to work and everything's good, and praise the Lord we have insurance. For somebody like me who has a chronic illness, being without insurance is very scary. If you know somebody who suffers with a chronic illness, and it doesn't have to be any of the ones I suffer from, but any kind of chronic illness, anything that makes them have anything that has a negative effect on their life health-wise, there are certain things that you should never say to people who have these illnesses, and I'm going to name just a couple of those things today, because not because I'm going to say specifically who or even if these things have been said to me, but because I want you to understand that it's very important to be compassionate and understanding and supportive to people who suffer from a chronic illness, not judgmental. Never ask a person who suffers from a chronic illness, aren't you well yet? Don't you feel better yet? You're taking all these medicines, you're getting these treatments, aren't they making you well yet? No. By nature, the word chronic illness means it doesn't go away. It's something that is with you for the rest of your life. So to ask someone, aren't you well yet? It belittles the seriousness of what's wrong with them, and it can also make them feel like they're doing something wrong because they're not well yet. A chronic illness doesn't go away. You may have days where you feel really good. You may have weeks where you feel really good, but it's always there. And you're going to have flare days. Never say to a person with a chronic illness, it must be nice to be able to take a nap and rest all day and not have to go to work. Oh my goodness. I can promise you, someone with that chronic illness would much rather be healthy enough to be working and contributing and feeling good and being out in the world. But it's not possible for us. And to say something like that is incredibly hurtful. When you have a flare day, you really don't have a choice in what you do. You have to rest. Your body has to rest. Someone like me with my illnesses, I have to nap every day. If I don't, I end up with a migraine, I end up sick, I end up exhausted. The end of my day is miserable. And it's not because I choose to do that, because I don't want to stop in the middle of my day and have to take a nap like a 2-year-old child. But with an illness like I suffer from, it's a necessity, because it causes exhaustion, fatigue like you cannot imagine. So don't think that because someone has to rest, it means they're lazy. And don't insinuate that with your comments, because it is incredibly hurtful. Even if you are trying to do it in a positive way, suggesting to someone who has a chronic illness that maybe if they just take this herbal supplement, or maybe if they just tried this diet, they'd be all better because somebody knows ate this way and they got well. Please don't say that, because I can assure you that anybody who suffers from a chronic illness has done hours and hours and hours of research into anything that may help. Someone like me, I've tried herbal supplements, I've tried special diets, I've tried essential oils, I've tried everything. Sometimes the only thing that is going to heal you is a miracle from God, and I haven't received that yet. So it's okay to suggest to someone, hey, have you heard about this? Could you add this? but don't say it in a way that insinuates what they're doing. I don't even know how to say this. Don't put it to them in a way as if, well, this helps this person, so if you just do this, you'd be all well, because that's very hurtful. And let me tell you what goes through the mind of a person who's been told, why don't you just try this herbal supplement and it'll fix everything? Because for me, with my vestibular disorder and the chronic dizziness, someone actually said to me, well, you can just go to Walmart and get some Dramamine and you'll be okay. And I thank God for the ability to close my mouth when it should not be opened. And it was said in a very snotty way, if that makes sense. But I didn't say anything. I just said, thank you, that doesn't work for me. And went on about my business. I call things like that, comments like that, sneak attacks. Because people try to sneak those things in to make you feel like what you're going through. Well, let me take that back. When they sneak those comments in, it makes you feel like what you're going through is trivialized. And I can assure you that what someone is suffering with, who suffers from vestibular dysfunction, lupus, fibromyalgia, and a genetic immune deficiency, a cardiology problem, an inner ear problem, migraines, whether it's Crohn's, POTS, whatever it is, whatever chronic illness they suffer from. If you say something that makes them feel trivialized, they don't want anything else to do. They're not going to want to be around you. Because we suffer enough without having to have people make comments like that. I don't know how else to put it. Just be very careful what you say, because what you say can hurt someone so much that they just don't want to be around you, and you don't want that either. So try to learn to take them seriously. Understand that what they're going through is terrible, and that there's nothing over the counter at Walmart that's going to fix what's wrong with them, because they've been to doctor after doctor and they take medicine and medicine, and it's not a simple fix. A chronic illness is not something that can be fixed with a simple fix. And we don't need what we suffer from to be trivialized, if that makes sense. That's all I'm saying. If you know somebody who suffers from a chronic illness, offer help. If you have a day where you have a little bit of extra time in your day, just call and have a conversation with them. Say, hey, would you like to go to lunch today? Hey, can I come help you with anything at your house today? Do you need me to run some errands for you today? Anything that you could think of that could be helpful. Send them a card. Let them know you're thinking about them. Show compassion and concern instead of judgment, because that doesn't help. It hurts. And what it does is cause a division in your relationship, because people who have said these things to me, people who have said, well, why don't you just go to work? Why aren't you working? Why do you have to nap? Why can't you come to this function? Why are you always canceling at the last minute? I don't want to talk to those people anymore, because it's always something negative. It's not anything supportive. So don't say those things to people who suffer from chronic illness. That's all I'm saying. So I don't even know if I'll put this video out there, but just be compassionate. It doesn't cost anything to show compassion. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to someone. Just stop with the judgments. That's all. We don't need it. We suffer enough. See you next time.